Hello, everyone, and welcome back to this week's podcast. I'm Jonathan Stallings. I'm joined here with Brandon Copeland and our special guest, Beatrice Barnett.
Sup?
What's up, B?
Morning.
Morning glory. That's to
God.
all the Wesley guys out there, my boys. So today, I know B and I have been, very excited to talk about this. Our happy lists, which I guess I'll sum it up. So the idea originates from Catherine Harrison.
Catherine Harrison, my homegirl. Shout out to you.
Yeah.
You're beautiful, a perfect human being, and I love you.
And basically, it's a list of things that aren't like our favorite things, I guess, but like things that just raise our mood. I guess, is that how you would describe it?
Yes, I guess like whenever you see it or witness it or experience it in some shape or form, like.
So just small things in life to make you happy.
Yeah, sure. Basically. It's meant to be like a reminder to you of be happy. Yeah, exactly. And yeah.
So I guess we'll start reading first. Sorry, Brandon has just poured so much honey into his tea.
He's already put a whole teaspoonful and at least another teaspoon of honey, and he just completely emptied half
You're
the bottle
just eating
of
honey at this point, but honey's good for you. Anyways.
Into his tea.
Yes. So do you want to start or can I start?
I like them sweet.
Oh my God.
You can start or me.
Okay, I'll start.
Okay.
All right, my first thing on my list is birds walking.
Because birds just like hop.
Yeah, not only that, or whenever they do walk, it's
it's fast. They're jumping really fast.
Yes, and it makes me so happy because they look like they have somewhere to be, but they don't know where to go. Does that kind of make sense? They're like, I know I have to be somewhere, but I don't know where to go, and this is so much fun.
So I just started working at Panera. I hang out there a lot, and outside on the patio, people throw bread and stuff to the birds, so birds just hang out at the patio and just hop around.
Oh my gosh! I bet it's so
food.
much. I bet it's so much fun to watch them dart around all over the place. Anyways,
so birds walking. That's on Catherine's list too. I read Catherine's list today.
I think I actually got that from Catherine.
Yeah.
I didn't truly appreciate birds walking until Catherine told me about her happy list and then introduced me to the first thing that was on her happy list,
which was birds walking.
Which is birds walking.
Anyways. Sorry, I'm really distracted by Brandon just pouring an absurd amount of things into his tea.
Yeah, he just
ignore me.
Even more sugar.
You were start and make your tea, and we'll ignore you.
All right, okay, that's true. I did say that. Brandon took 15,000 years to make his tea. Anyways,
I've never made tea. This is the first time I've ever made tea. All right.
Also, I think it's relevant to say that I know that we've already started reading through my happy list, but the reason why we did it is because Jonathan and I have been keeping up with each other's happy list and what we put on our happy lists.
Could you say that your happy list is also on your happy list?
Yes, definitely. Also, Jonathan's happy list is on my happy list.
Yeah, it actually.
I thought you were gonna just say Jonathan. I was like, oh, that's cute.
What a great friend.
I do have Jonathan's music on my happy list.
Oh,
we'll get to that.
Spoiler alert. I was gonna say something. I didn't really know about this. I thought this was B's creation. Sorry, Catherine. B was like, I'm gonna put that on my happy list. I'm like, you have a happy list? And she's like, yeah, it's just things that make me happy. And I was like, huh, maybe I'll make some. So you go ahead and read.
Our first conversation was basically things that make us happy. I said, oh, I'll put this on my happy list, and you were like, what's a happy list? And then we just started listing off things that make us happy.
Yeah,
it was on the lake. It was. I remember. Remember whenever we took that lake trip with everyone else for Wesley? Yeah, for Wesley Council.
Okay. Yeah, I feel that. All right.
You don't remember that.
I remember that.
You're a liar. Okay,
I'm not a liar. That's the one where the fish touched my foot and Erica's foot.
Gustav and the Mafia?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
God.
All right.
Fake friend.
Fine enough. All right. So I said birds walking.
Yeah.
Wait. Okay, hold on. Pause. Brandon, do you have a happy list?
No.
Yeah, because
I didn't know I needed one.
You didn't prepare for this podcast.
I didn't. I would have, but I didn't know that I needed one. I mean, I could just name some things that make me happy.
All right,
okay.
Go ahead. List some.
Oh, you're gonna put me on the spot.
All right.
Wait. List one. Okay, so I went first. Now, Brandon, you name something that makes you happy.
I'm gonna take a cheap answer and say Wesley.
No, that's not a cheap answer.
I've got
Just like the friendships and like the family that I've built here.
Oh, that makes me happy. I'll put that on my happy list.
well, this is related, but it's not on my list. It's we were in a meeting and John was saying like, you know, what's something that like you like to take Sabbath, and I said hanging out with my Wesley friends, not at Wesley or at Wesley events, and I was
True.
yeah. Anyways,
True. I concur.
so it's my turn for from my first list on. Sorry, Brandon God.
Brandon is stuffing fries into his mouth and pouring sugar and honey into his tea.
Not at the same time.
Oh,
It might as well be. You're doing them very quickly.
Oh,
Well, I've eaten all the
That's so
fries
funny.
in
already.
succession.
So my first item on my list is ice cracking when you pour water into it,
I feel
I like
that.
I like that.
and that kind of came from. So I moved into my apartment, and we don't have an ice maker.
That's right.
So we have to like freeze a few ice trays and like pour them out. And so for some reason, like I don't know what's different about that from like having an ice maker, but when you pour anything into it, it's just like, and I'm like, yes, that is what I crave and desire.
It's so like clean sound. It's like a clean. Does that kind of make sense? Like
Yeah.
very like, if an aesthetic. I don't know. It's just.
I
it's
guess
really
like
nice. I
things
understand.
cracking too. Like when you see like glass cracking, like have you ever seen like a car windshield crack and it just goes,
Mhm.
psst, and it's just all like, it's
and
like
it like
super
go.
fast.
It like pushes outward.
Yeah.
Like from like the point of contact
and like
in the object.
things cracking is like absurdly fast, like way fast.
Have you ever seen a slow mo of things cracking?
Yes.
Those are so cool.
Yeah.
They make me. They make me
And,
very
like,
happy.
Put that on the list.
Put it on the
But
list.
it's like the slow mo ones. It's like really really slow, obviously, because it's a slow mo video. But like still, it's like instant like crack. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, and you think about like, oh, it's just really cool.
Anyways, what's your number 2 on your happy list? It's your turn.
I have to pull it back up. My number 2 is clouds. If
Oh,
you get
that's my number 2.
really?
Yeah.
Oh my god, that is so cool. But seriously, if you ask anyone, like clouds do bring me like legitimate joy. I don't know what it is about clouds, but there's this one passage in the Bible, and it's Psalms 36:5.
Good job, B.
I think. But there's a specific translation that says the clouds depend on you, and I think about like how massively
Yeah,
independable
I remember
clouds
you
are.
talking about this before.
And-
Like this sounds really familiar.
Yes, and like that phrase has stuck with me, and like
Is that your life verse?
yeah, I
Is that
think
the one
so.
that we're gonna?
I think so, but because it's like but clouds are also so beautiful, and they are like, okay, think about the concept of clouds. They are literally like these
Floating water.
floating water that hangs in the sky, and
Floating
whenever they
water.
determine that like it's time for us to have water, they're like, here you go.
I grant you
You know,
water.
I used to
Here
think
is this
when I was
gift
a
to
when I was
you.
a kid, I used to think that when it rained, that
God
God
was
was
peeing.
crying.
Oh.
No, God was crying.
Did you say God was peeing?
Yeah, I remember I said that on like the bus or something. It was like
Oh my
a couple
God.
friends on the bus. I'm like, it's raining, and I'm like,
Oh, I'm sure you
God
was a
is
cool
peeing.
kid.
Ha ha.
So we talked about Bea's like life Bible verse. What's yours, Jonathan?
That's kind of a hard one. Like Psalm 8, maybe.
Which
Um,
is
Yeah, what is Psalm 8?
I know it's about like, oh Lord, our Lord, how majestic is your name. I don't know verbatim the whole thing. I should, because that's my life first, but that's the one that we need to, because we were partnered up to talk to each other. Here's a funny story. We drew names out of a hat, and me and B both drew each other.
it was destiny.
It was destiny.
We need to put it on our happy list.
Put what on it?
Like
Just
things that when
things
things
that are
coordinate
destined.
so well together that it's like it could not be anything but destiny. Also, we need to do that meeting.
Oh yeah. All right, Brandon. It's your turn for number 2 on the list.
Well, I think it's talking about my life verse.
Okay. We'll count that as your number 2 since you didn't do your homework.
Nobody told me to make a happy list.
That's okay, buddy. What's your number 2/life verse?
My life verse. Excuse me. My life verse is John 15:5. You guys
Which
know.
is
I'm the vine, you are the branches. Apart from me, you can do nothing. I think that There's one line in there that I didn't say, so it's not verbatim, but that's pretty close.
Okay, none of ours were verbatim.
And then my number 2. I'd say working with youth.
Working with youth.
Yeah, I'm a youth minister, so working with youth.
That would make sense since that's
pretty
your
dope.
job.
Yeah.
All right.
Your number.
My number 2. I said it was the same as yours. Mine's really defined clouds. So like when you go outside and like the edges are like super super like clear. That's like really
I
satisfying.
love like looking at clouds and like trying to make like a figure out of them.
I'm gonna clump 2 of these together.
Love clouds.
Because I've got clouds in like 2 different scenarios on my list. One of them is.
Go ahead. Sorry.
One of them is clouds that are so high up they look like a texture on the sky.
I love
so
clouds.
when it's just like just straight up flat clouds, that's pretty sweet. Especially when it's like kind of like dusk.
So I saw these beautiful clouds. Oh my god. Okay, so like really really textured. They were super textured. Like imagine it was during sunset, and imagine like it just worked out so perfectly because the sun was like coming down and it was like creating shadows in the clouds. And it's so imagine a sea with really really textured like vibrant waves made out of the rays of the sun.
Well, have you ever seen
and these were these clouds, and they were so beautiful, and I was like I almost wrecked trying to take pictures of these freaking clouds, and oh my god, it was worth it.
Have you ever seen like
so excited
like
about these
people
clouds.
fly up I guess in like
love
airplanes
those pictures.
when it's like a cloudy day outside?
Yes.
And it's like,
and it looks like a field.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh my gosh, I could step out.
Whoa.
Which would not be a good idea.
That's
But-
really
No, it wouldn't, but
Um
they literally make
this
me
is
so
this
happy.
is a good one. It's like clouds and like sunset, and like the clouds are kind of blue
And like
pink.
whenever you see the tops
Yeah,
of
I like that.
mountains over the clouds, and like there's
Well,
like
here's one that I think I'll add to my cloud ones: city skylines that penetrate the clouds.
see
So it's just
Yeah.
like cities above the clouds.
Those are
That's
cool.
so cool.
so cool.
I'm gonna go ahead and add that right now.
I just love clouds
So
in general.
just so everybody knows, B here is a English major.
English and Spanish.
Yeah. So when she tells stories, they're always very descriptive and very elaborate, and I think it's the coolest thing ever. Because like
Sorry,
you can't. No, you
Are
don't
you
need to
sorry?
apologize. Yeah, but like every metaphor you use, every like, just like storytelling, it's always just like super elaborate and like, yeah, it's just cool.
You?
Yeah.
Oh, that
'Cause
makes me
my
feel
my
really
metaphors
good
are
about
like,
myself.
he was like a cat. Like actually, that's a simile, isn't it?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is.
All right,
I'm proud of you that you caught that though.
good job, Brandon. All right,
I took English for 12 years.
all right.
No, for 14 because I'm still taking it.
Are you ready for number 3?
Yes.
All right, what's your number 3?
Celtic music.
I love Celtic music. I love Celtic tin whistle.
I just love Celtic anything.
I didn't know that players from the Celtics played music.
I'm
That
so
was
disappointed
really
in you
bad,
right now.
Brandon. That was the perfect awkward silence.
That was honestly like the perfect bad joke.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
I'm
Yeah.
I'm equally disappointed and proud.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Celtic music is Celtic culture is really cool.
I know. I just love the culture to begin with. Like,
You should learn to play bagpipes.
You
oh
know,
my gosh, I
hey,
want
would
to so
you-
bad.
Would you guys like to explain for our viewers that don't maybe know what Celtic is?
Well, Celtic is like
Because I don't.
like
do you
it's like
describe-
music. It's really like Irish folk music and like
Oh, okay.
It's
I
like
guess
Irish,
English folk music,
English.
United Kingdom folk music, I suppose.
Yes, it's like
That
those
kinda all
really.
counts.
If you imagine, like, whenever I think of Celtic music, I don't know about you, but I always think of like bards
don't know
dancing in a
about you.
pub.
Yeah.
Like that's what I always
22.
think of.
No. That's not right, Brandon.
Yeah,
Um,
I know it's not.
Okay.
Hold on, wait.
Oh.
You said you said you wanted to play bagpipes.
yes.
We should go and join the Nashville Pipes and Drums.
Let's do it.
That would be so fun.
I would be
I used
so
to be
down.
I used to be in a Scottish drum band.
You didn't tell me this.
I literally have told you this so
No,
many
you
times.
haven't.
Because whenever you say I like Celtic music, I'm always like I was in a pipe and drum band, and
Okay, maybe you told me at one point and I forgot, but
probably
probably this
Yeah.
is the fact. Okay.
anyway. But I wore kilts.
I want
and
to kill
kilts are really
so
comfortable.
bad.
Just wear a skirt. Just wear a plaid skirt.
There's a difference between a kilt and a skirt.
I know, but like you could just be like, oh, it's a skirt, but it's a kilt.
Okay, and there's also kind of no point in me wearing a kilt because like everybody would look at it and be like, "Oh, it's a plaid skirt."
Exactly.
So that which makes me
not,
really sad.
Not unless you wear it with like the uniform and stuff.
That's true. Like if I wore it with like.
Well, we wore like long sleeves, a black vest, and like a blue tie that matched the kilt, and we wore these really really thick wool socks. They were horrible, with these little tassels and these little.
They had tassels.
Yeah.
Oh
hold
my
on.
gosh.
Pipes and drums, uniforms. Yeah, they had little tassels. They were little. It's like I used to wear stuff like this.
How cute.
I'm showing her pictures of see, and like
these
this
things
thing
make me so happy.
and this thing right here, you would put like your like phone and wallet in there, and then sometimes it wouldn't close because like it's really really small. So anyways.
Okay.
All
right, Brandon, I think it's your turn.
Yeah. So I just looked up things that maybe make people happy
on Google.
What
and,
a cheater.
I'm just gonna read off this list because honestly, every single one of these I've like agreed with and been like, oh, this is actually really cool.
Okay.
Okay, that's acceptable as long as it makes you happy.
Yeah, if it's something that doesn't make me happy, I won't say it.
Okay, fair enough.
So
just go one by one, so you have something to.
Breaking perforated seals.
Oh, that's a good one. Okay. That's like kind of along the lines of the happy list.
Like,
yeah.
pop.
Like no, like like on like paper where it has like a little perforated and it's like.
Oh. Yeah. I hate that. Definitely is not on my happy list
because the paper
always breaks because it always tears and it's really frustrating.
I'm good at it.
I thought you were talking about like when you buy like a new like game or something and you like where the handle is to like open it up, you like puncture that little plasticky area.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, it could be that. Yeah. Anything that's perforated, just opening it like that.
I will say that I have torn things that are perforated. That's a word. But they're like it's like really thick paper, so it's not easily torn. Mm-hmm. So like the only weak part is the perforated part, and I did like that.
Yeah,
that was nice.
It's so satisfying.
I like folding it over like a bunch of times until it just like pretty much just like falls off.
I've done that. Yeah, that's always fun.
I do that with like tickets. And
I
stuff.
will say something. This isn't on my happy list, but I really love whenever you like take notebook paper and you just like squish it into a ball and then undo it and then squish it to a ball
and then it becomes really soft.
And it becomes really soft. Yeah. I love.
We talked about this.
Yeah. I used to do that so much in middle school.
It was so nice.
I still have a paper. So we also what we do is we would make those, and then we'd also make like just giant balls of paper, and I have one probably like this big.
That's awesome.
Just sitting in my room.
Okay, this also isn't on my happy list, but is going to be put on. Is like those presents that are like in the middle. It's like something really small. Like it could be really something really stupid, like a picture of a happy face, or it could be like a ring, but they're wrapped like a million times.
Oh,
yeah. I always do that. I did that to my uncle.
I love unwrapping them. I like
unwrapping. Like this is not me flexing, but I like unwrapping big gifts. like just pulling the paper
Jonathan.
down.
Some people aren't as privileged as you, okay?
Yeah, I'm really sorry, guys. But like I guess I
no, I understand.
If it was like the big box, I like tearing paper off of that. Actually, I just like tearing off wrapping paper because that's
really
like
nice.
That's one of those things that's like mentally like ingrained in my mind. That's like
happy memories.
Me and Catherine were talking about this. We're like, Christmas Eve is always better than Christmas Day because Christmas Day you wake up and you go downstairs and like all the stuff's there, and then like your family comes out and you all like exchange presents and stuff, and then you're done by like 9, and then you just like
not my family,
and then you're just like I'm tired, and then you
That's
just like take a nap and then go to like.
For me, I think Christmas Eve is better because the thought of what could be in like the wrapping and the presents is more exciting than whenever I wake up the next morning really tired and I unwrap it and it's like, oh well, this is really nice, but it's okay, and like the thought of what could be in there is more exciting than what I actually got.
Wow.
Not that I'm complaining about what I got as a kid, but it was always just like I love the element of suspense and like surprise, like if that makes sense.
See, I'm the opposite.
Well, I was gonna say one of the best like things about Christmas Eve is like you go. What my church does is that we have Christmas Eve services like every other church.
We do too, yeah.
But we have one at like 2 p.m., like 4 p.m. No, we have one at like 2 p.m., 6 p.m., 8 p.m. and
midnight
11 p.m.
11.
And then like they do like the final closing. and it's like all dark, and everybody's got the candles,
Yeah.
and they're like, and they're just like, "Merry Christmas," and go in peace. And everybody like blows out the candles, and you check your phone. And it's like after midnight. And you're like, it's Christmas.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm so glad that we started talking about Christmas because one of the things that is on my list. I'm sorry, Jonathan. We'll come back to you, but
No,
it's
no, I was done.
holidays, and I feel like because tomorrow is October that we need to talk about this because
Yeah.
holidays.
Okay.
Like, I'm
Uh,
really excited to talk about this.
What are your top 3 favorite holidays?
Oh God.
I'll go first while you're thinking about that.
Okay.
I gotta think of my top. Does our birthday count?
Sure.
N-
Well, okay. I don't know.
okay.
Okay. Let me rephrase that. I like Christmas, but I love the Christmas season more than I
me-
Like the
Christmas
season of
Day.
Advent? Yeah.
Just like, you know,
When does Advent start?
I have no idea. I should know that, but I don't.
I'm gonna look it up. I should know it too.
Same.
But like, you know, when things like get over Christmassy and you're like, you expect like snow to be on the ground, like you
Yeah.
go to the window and look at all the toys moving around, and it's like, no, that doesn't happen like really anymore. But like that kind of vibe.
I love that. I feel that really a lot.
I've also been feeling Thanksgiving a lot lately since it's been like raining a little bit. That's one on my list. I'll go ahead and say this one that's on my list because it's relevant. Where's that?
I also want to talk about my favorite
yeah.
holidays.
It's
I'm really
called
excited about that.
the weather around Thanksgiving when it's overcast and it's recently rained and it's roughly 40 degrees.
And it's like crisp, but also
Like cold and like the air's like really still.
Yes.
And like you go in,
Yeah.
it's like you're like in the car and then you go out and you're like taking out like not like you're taking out all the food you bring to your family's potluck. And so you like you get cold because you're standing outside. And like you go in and you're cold and then it smells like food and it's warm inside. That's the best.
Okay, I feel that because like 40 degrees is like not the point where you're really super uncomfortably cold.
It's like sweater
it's
weather,
like-
but you're like cold.
Right, exactly. Okay, so I am excited for Thanksgiving. I think my excitement for Thanksgiving has increased lately.
Yeah.
Like the more that I think about it, I just love the thought. Maybe I'm just a cheese ball, but I love the thought of just people sitting around a table and talking to each other over a big meal, and like that just makes me really happy. And whatever that may look like, I don't know. I just love it. I love it.
I would say like the Halloween. Well, Halloween is one of my favorite holidays.
Oh, I love Halloween.
Halloween's okay.
It kind of peaked for me around like 10th and 11th grade because like that was the age when you were like, you know, we're like too old to go trick or treating, but like whatever, it's free candy, let's go.
Right.
And so you and all your friends like go hang out, go trick or treating for a little bit, come back, trade candy, even though you're like 14, 15 years old, and like there's still like kids running around. I like that a lot.
Brandon, why don't you like Halloween that much?
So my family just never really did anything
Like
for it. That's
never
special.
got into it.
Yeah. So my mom would never buy us costumes. I mean, she would, but like, they were never good costumes. And
Thanks, Mom.
no, I mean, I understand why. Like, we legitimately didn't have the money to do it.
Yeah.
I mean, those are like costumes are expensive.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my
It's
gosh, they're
dumb.
so bad. I went looking at costumes this weekend. They were rough.
Yeah. So most of the time, I would buy like a costume, and then for the next like 2 or 3 years, I'd wear it. We never like decorated the house. My mom doesn't like Halloween in general, and so it just wasn't a thing for us. But also, when I turned 14, my mom did not let me trick or treat anymore.
Oh.
That's
yeah,
sad.
she said you're too old. You're not allowed to go trick or treating.
So
And from the age of 14 to I think 17 was when I went trick or treating again because I was like, screw you, Mom. I'm gonna go anyways. I'm like 17. I don't care.
right.
And I went with my friends.
So my
I mean,
family,
don't get me wrong. I like Halloween.
right.
It's just
But
that
it's
there
not.
are
You
other
don't get like.
Yeah.
yeah, like there are other holidays that I would rank above it for sure.
So my parents never really got into Halloween. We actually for most of my life we never really like super decorated for Christmas or Halloween or Thanksgiving or anything like that.
my dad would decorate the house to the T for Christmas,
Oh
See,
yeah.
the thing
and I
is
love
that
that, and I plan on doing that for my kids.
I am really excited for Halloween I think my favorite part about it is costumes. Like seeing everybody's costumes and dressing up in a costume and being able to do that, because like just the month of October like is the only period. I mean, I wish I didn't feel this way. I wish I could dress up in actually, you know what?
You should.
I should dress up in costumes 100% of the like it's Halloween year round.
That's what cosplay is.
Right.
yeah.
But anyway, but like October is like the month that I feel like everybody is so excited to get into their costumes.
Well,
like I love costumes. They're so much fun to me. Like I don't care about the candy. Like I don't care about anything like that. Just like costume parties.
I like
that's what I really like.
I wasn't really like that huge on costumes. I mean, I liked costumes, but I also it was more the fall, like, you know, my parents listen to this podcast. What's up, Mike and Claudia?
Hi, Mike and Claudia.
And I totally lost my train of thought because I'm trying to search for this one costume that I had a while ago that my mom made me. Anyways, but like I lost my train of thought again. Let me just say the fall season is like way too short. And that's kind of where
in Tennessee I just feel like it's too short. Like winter is too long, summer is too long.
Yeah,
spring
and
fall
fall don't get enough
short.
credit.
Right.
Because like fall, it's like like all the trees are like red and orange and yellow, and everything is great.
Which is also trees multicolored.
That's on your happy
my
list.
happy
I know
list.
that one. Dang it, Mom! You have so many pictures on Facebook. Trying to find. Okay, let me just explain. So my mom made my costumes for a little bit, and so she, you know, those costumes that like your bottom half is like technically like the mid, like, okay, it looks like you're riding something, so you're like drape
Yeah,
on.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And so my mom made me Mario riding Yoshi, Mario riding Yoshi.
Oh my gosh, that is so cute.
And so there are I wish I could find a picture, but
I want you to find a picture.
I'll probably show you later, but it was a lot of fun. It was really, really hot and really heavy because it was like a homemade Yoshi that had like a bunch of like cotton and, you know, and so like I had to like hold it up and it would never stay up all the way. But yeah, that was my last like real Halloween costume.
I will say that one of my favorite costumes, like my costumes were really good. Like my mom would make them, but I didn't like start actually feeling out my costumes until I got into high school. Like that's when I really started getting hype about Halloween and like getting into costume.
Yeah.
And my favorite costume is like I was like an elf warrior, and I had like
awesome.
really cool black war paint and like really big elf ears with like earrings that were all around it. My mom made me a cloak, and like I had a sword and like leather boots. Like it was legit.
Dang.
And I was really excited about it.
Nice.
I still have all the stuff.
I think Easter is an underrated holiday to kind of U-turn there.
Yeah, I think so
Yeah,
too.
Easter is my second favorite.
Waking up and you're like, you wake up and my parents used to hide. We used to decorate eggs and they used to hide them around the house, but we kind of stopped doing that. You like woke up and there was like two baskets. Like my parents always sat them at me and my brother's like places at the table, and there's always like enough candy that you're like, yeah, like I'll eat this candy like all the time, and then you eat it and you're like, that was great. But with like Halloween, you get like a bunch of candy and then you're like, I can't eat any more of this candy after like 3 days.
See, like I feel like as far as meaning, you know, like because we can get into Christian, but then we can get into like Christian meaning or whatever, but then we can get into
Sure, yeah,
whatever. But as far as like actual hype of the holiday itself, like the America pushed holiday, you see what I'm saying?
yeah.
I don't get that hype about Easter because it's like you get candy, but you don't get to dress up in costumes.
Well, Easter,
You have to go out and buy an uncomfortable sunny dress and usually in colors that don't look good on me, and I have to get up really early in the morning, which I'm totally down for, like as far as like the Christian like religion
Sure,
aspect of
yeah.
it, but then it gets to like, well, I'm just eating candy and sitting around on my rump. Like, I don't know.
Well,
You see what I'm saying?
it was more of like the, wake up and like you're at church and like everybody's like really colorful and like everybody's like super
okay.
happy.
I can appreciate that. Like, everyone is okay. Yeah.
Yeah, you get it?
I see that. Maybe I'll look at Easter in a new light now, Jonathan.
Yeah, but it was mostly because Easter was like...
Why do you like Easter? Oh, I'm sorry.
No. I was just going to say it's mostly because Easter, you get candy and then you're like, that was great. That's enough candy. That's all I was going to say.
So, why do you like Easter?
So for me, I never actually really got presents that much on Easter.
Mm-hmm.
I just didn't really do that much in my family. Like I would get like every now and then I would get something. But Easter wasn't like a present holiday, right? So I never expected to get anything on Easter.
It was always just like candy. Like I never got like really anything on Easter. Except for...
Okay, no. I know why I didn't really like... I don't even like the candy on Easter, but it's not like... My dad would just always get the really bad candy. Like the really... And it's, like, thanks, Dad. I loved my chocolate bunnies. Like, my chocolate bunnies were amazing. But then he would get these, like, jelly beans and, like, that were just, like, the not good kind, and he loved them. He thought that they were so good, and I was like, Dad,
they were the ones that aren't Jelly Belly.
Yes,
those are good, but
or
like
even like Jelly Belly. No, it's like not even those. Like they were like a step down, and I guess like maybe he was trying to say many, or maybe he just genuinely thought that they were really good. But I never like especially liked them.
Mm-hmm.
I always thought they were fine. Like, I would eat them. They're like, this is sweet and tasty, so I'll eat it.
They also got me Milk Duds, and I don't like Milk Duds.
I don't like Milk Duds either.
Milk Duds are not a good candy.
Yeah.
they
so,
just,
like...
Yeah.
I guess that I was to Easter, like, as far as, like, the holiday, not the Christian Easter, like, it was just doomed from the start for me.
All right, super quickly, because I kind of want to get back to the happy list.
Yes, this is
true.
Wait.
What's your favorite candy?
Ooh. Oh gosh. Someone else go while I think about it.
So I can't decide a specific one. It'd probably be it's between Twix and Kit Kat bars.
Oh, I
Really?
hate Twix.
Mm-hmm.
No. Oh, I was thinking Twizzlers. Oh no, I love Twix. No.
The only good Twizzlers are...
I don't like Twizzlers. I think they taste like wax.
The cherry Twizzlers?
Cherry Twizzlers are
there
good.
are no good Twizzlers.
The Twizzlers
I
that you
love
get in like
Twizzlers.
bulk, that are like the strawberry Twizzlers.
Those are
not
Red Vines. They're not
No.
Twizzlers.
Like,
no, you can get like a big pack. My sister got a really
yeah,
big
but it's
Well,
that's licorice. It's different.
No, they Twizzlers sell
Twizzlers-
really big packs.
well,
The brand
I'm
Twizzlers.
talking about
Okay.
about like the little packs that you get in the oversized packaging. And they're like maybe like 2 inches long, and they're just like
maybe.
hard candy, like hard chewy. Yeah.
I just don't like Twizzlers. I will say that like I just get moods sometimes. I
think I'm the same way.
like sometimes I really do like sour stuff, but I usually can't eat a lot of sour things like sour gummy worms and such.
Same, yeah.
I don't know. I really like candy bars without nuts in them.
Yeah.
I love them. Like I love nuts in my candy bars.
I
don't know why.
I was gonna
really
say,
like it.
I think I have like different categories, like sour candy, sour punch straws all the way.
No, I know my favorite candy.
All right, go ahead.
And it actually has nuts in it. They're those turtles.
Yeah,
The chocolate turtles.
Those are so good.
Oh
I love those.
my gosh. Okay,
Yeah.
so my dad.
If you go to Gatlinburg, you can get it. They're basically turtles, but they're called brown bears. They're so good.
So my dad got me a box of them for the first time, and I was like, "These aren't gonna be good because they have nuts in them." And I just tasted them, and I was like, "This is the best thing I've ever had."
Yeah.
I think
Ever.
my favorite mainstream chocolate bar is Mr. Good Bar.
I've actually never had a Mr. Good bar.
It's pretty good. It's got peanuts in it. It's just peanut butter. Or it's just peanuts and chocolate.
Okay.
It's good.
Okay.
I like those Reese's wafers. Those are so good.
I've never had those either.
Those are better than the normal Reese's.
Really?
And then I also had a fourth one. Oh yeah. Like really hard dark chocolate, like 72% sweetened cocoa.
Really?
Yeah. Like that stuff that like it snaps when it... I'm going to add that to the list. Snapping chocolate.
Ooh, I like that a lot. Okay. Who are we on for the happy list?
I don't remember. I'll go.
Yeah, I think we were on you anyway.
Carpet that's been vacuumed and where you can like see the lines.
It's very aesthetically pleasing. Like,
Yeah.
oh, this is finished. Like, I can
it's
see
clean
the
now.
amount of progress that I've done.
All right. Were we on your third one or your fourth one? Because I know I was last.
I already said when trees are multiple colors.
I think it's my turn.
All right, go ahead.
Peeling a clementine in one peel.
That's a
I've
good
never
one.
done that.
I've done it. It's awesome.
You
Really?
just go from like the center and then like peel up the edges.
Yeah.
I'll have to show me.
All right, I guess it's my turn again. We're
Mhm.
kind of gonna breeze through these. Mountains that are so big that they don't move in the distance.
This is probably one of my favorite things on Jonathan's happy list, and that I'm gonna have to steal and put on my own.
Mountains that really?
Yes, I love it. Okay, but first you have to understand how much I love mountains. I love Okay, top three things that I love in this world:
Great Smoky
mountains,
Mountain.
mountains, trees, and clouds. I love them
just
all.
just
I'm
like
just
what
a
you would
big
draw
nature
in a
person.
picture, like
Yeah.
a kid's picture.
Well, I just love nature in general. Like, I love nature. So, like, I don't know. It's just my favorite thing. Okay, my turn, right?
Yeah,
The sound of bricks clacking together.
like the ones in
Yes.
because
so,
we were
okay.
talking about this.
Yes. Okay. So for those of you who have not been to MTSU before, around our student union, there's a
Sorry.
like
It's like a brick.
it's like a
path.
brick path, and I ride my bike around campus, and I would deliberately like ride around the bricks that are really loose.
Because they don't like, they just like put the bricks in. They don't like, put anything down that holds the bricks in place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can just like go up and pick up bricks, and like
Yeah.
people do that, and they'll just like replace them. All right, your turn, Brandon.
Try to find one. Because a lot of these are like, yeah, but they're not like things that like make me happy.
Okay, I guess that's fair, but you didn't really do your homework, so.
Nobody told me. How can I do homework if nobody tells me what I have to do?
Sorry, I'm responding to this text. Hi, Cody, you're on the podcast.
I guess popping bubble wrap.
Popping bubble wrap. That one's really overrated,
Yeah.
in my
I
opinion.
think so too.
All right, then I'll go. Being in a
Clean
car while
laundry.
it's raining. I recorded like 2.5 minutes of just sound in the rain, and like what I did was I turned off my car and I sat there for about like a minute 45 seconds, and then for the rest of the time I like turned on my car, and then like put my windshield wipers kind of on like the lowest setting, and then turned down the FM radio and like turned up the heat a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like the sound of the FM radio and the windshield wipers and the rain and the air blowing. It's just like, reminds me of like waking up in a long car ride.
I just like the sound of rain in general. Like, I really do
Okay.
like really distinct sounds of rain too, like that. But I think that the sound of rain in general is really nice.
All right.
Is it my turn? Or is it Brandon's turn?
I think it's your turn.
Okay. When a boy and a girl have a very deep and genuine platonic relationship.
Great.
Yep.
That's a good one.
I do like it a lot.
All
It
right,
makes
Brandon.
me really happy.
The smell of rain on pavement.
I'm not too crazy about that one.
Me neither.
Because that smell usually for me comes after it had rained.
Yeah, exactly.
And then then it's just going to be humid.
It reminds me of, it makes me think of walking on campus,
Well,
Yeah.
which
that,
Yeah.
I have bad associations with.
that smell reminds me of going in for lunch break, it raining during lunch break, and going back outside during band camp after it had rained, and you have like 4 hours on the pavement, and it's just going to be humid and hot.
And you're getting your shoes
disgusting.
wet.
No, it's less about getting like the shoes
I
wet.
hate getting my shoes
It's just
wet.
like your clothes just stick to. Oh, it's the worst. Oh, I hate that.
Yeah, humidity.
bad
Okay,
answer.
no.
Humidity
We're
sucks.
talking about happy lists, things that are going to make
I'm talking
people
about just
happy.
the smell. I'm not talking about everything that comes with it.
Okay, smell. Okay.
All right.
I understand that. I like the smell of rain in general, so
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the smell. Okay.
I love
I
how.
still-
So I saw a meme one time where it was like, Southerner, it's about to rain. Northerner, How can you tell? Southerner, I can smell it. Northerner looks at him very weirdly. They just don't understand.
All right,
guess
so
that's true.
the next one on my list was the weather around Thanksgiving. We already talked about that. Here's one that I think is on both of our lists that I don't think we know. The smell of recently blown out candles.
Oh no,
yeah.
I have one similar, and I'll go ahead and say that. The twirly line of smoke rising from a puffed out candle.
Yep, English major right there.
Well, I
and
just
you
love
can like light the
watching
match and like put it over the thing. Have you seen those videos where they light the match and put it over the smoke and it goes
Yep.
and lights the
it.
thing?
No,
You haven't
I
seen that?
haven't.
We might have to
No.
go try that
Oh my
after
gosh,
this.
let's do it.
We should just show you a video. Like now.
No.
Fine.
Let's. All right, Brandon, you're up next on your plagiarized happy list. You can get
I
kicked
gotta
out of
find
school
one.
for that. All right, well,
I'm not submitting a school. Like, this is not for school.
let's go backwards.
Hold on, wait. One of these is just a bath. And I disagree heavily.
Yeah, you're a germaphobe. You
Yeah.
hate that.
Baths, the idea of baths and like the concept of baths are always nicer than whenever I actually get in the bath. Like the thought of like being in warm water and like soap and it's like candles around you and it smells really nice. Like at first you're like, okay, I could really go for a bath right now, but then you actually get in and you like see all the dirt floating in the water that was
See,
on
that
your
never
body.
happens.
And it doesn't happen.
No.
Like I will rinse in the shower for 20 minutes and then I'll get into the bath and there's like,
All right, you got one?
Yeah.
You just raised your hand.
So waking up before your alarm goes off.
It depends.
Like, not like right before.
Well,
like
okay.
a couple hours before.
I'll agree with that. That
And then
does
going
make
back
me
to sleep.
happy because it's like, oh, I have more sleep.
Mhm.
I prefer waking up to your alarm, seeing that like class is canceled due to snow, and then going back to sleep.
That's a good one.
Waking up before your alarm, I usually associate that with like, I'll be like nervous about something. Like this happened to me before I started at Panera the other day, where like I didn't want to like miss my alarm, so I'd like keep waking up, and it'd be like 4 a.m. and I'd wake up and I'd be like, all right, it's just 4 a.m. I can go back to sleep, and then I wake up at like 5 a.m. Because like I would always, I don't know how I would almost wake up and think that like I gotta wake up. Maybe it was like in a dream or something, but I don't know. All right, so it's my turn. Decorative Christmas villages. Especially like, okay, I guess decorative Christmas
so
villages is
cute.
like the specific version. I like you go, I believe it's at Epcot and they have that little model like train station, like model trains and like little villages and stuff.
It makes me really happy. Oh my gosh, my favorite thing is whenever like, because there's one that I went to and it was like a really old man who had done all of it himself and he owned it and it like everybody got in free.
Like look at this. It's so little. It looks like
It's
Mr.
so
Rogers'
tiny-
Neighborhood.
It's so tiny and cute. Wait, hold on, pause. Oh my gosh, I've never been to one that where you can walk in. Have you ever seen like those really miniature ones?
But they're always like behind the fence.
Yes, and they're always like behind.
Look at that. That's so
that's
cool.
So cool.
Go look up Model Village.
But okay, what does make me happy is those old men who collect and make and build all of these towns, and they're so proud, and they go walk around, and they're conductors, because they have like little trains in there, and they walk around, and they're like so proud of it, and they're like, yeah, you can come in and see all my stuff. It makes me so happy.
I would do that in my retirement.
Same.
I would do
If
that
I,
so
yeah,
fast.
if I had the money.
If I had the money, I would do that so fast. All right.
Because that stuff can get expensive.
Yeah,
Oh,
I really
yeah.
can.
Just
All
like
right.
magic.
My turn, right?
Yeah.
The smell of fresh soil and the feel of fresh soil.
No, because soil tastes like manure. And manure,
Did you say tastes
I meant
like
smells.
How would you know what
I
what
meant
manure
smells.
tastes like?
I meant smells.
You eat manure,
I meant-
Brandon.
I meant smells.
All right.
No,
All right.
it doesn't.
it's-
It
yes, it
smells
does.
like
1 through 3.
the earth. It smells
No,
like life.
it smells like
I'm with-
cow. It
I'm with-
smells like cow crap.
It doesn't.
You're-
It smells
I'm with
like
B on this one.
beautiful
What?
life.
It
That's what
literally smells like cow
Like,
crap.
well, when you like hold it, it's like cold in your hands.
Yes, and
I
like
get
whenever
it.
you're gardening, and then that smell on your hands after you're like after
You're
you
okay.
dig.
You're thinking of like when they put in like mulch.
No, it's not mulch. It's
no,
like
I'm not talking. I'm talking to
oh,
Brandon.
he is. He
Yeah.
is. I understand.
No, I am thinking of soil. Trust me.
You're just like a germaphobe.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
And I'm okay with it.
And
Why don't you just let me
You're
for the way
proud of
I
it.
am?
I never said you cannot think the way that you think, Brandon.
All right, Brendan.
I didn't say that. I said, why can't you love me
Oh,
for the way I
I do
am?
love you so much. I'm gonna put you on my happy list, Brandon, just to prove it.
No,
thanks.
don't.
Don't let his head get too big.
Anyways, Brendan, your turn. He's got to look it up. Hold on, everybody, while he scrolls through someone else's
Ooh,
happy list.
A good hair day.
A good hair day.
A perfectly popped bag of popcorn.
Okay,
Oh yeah,
I like
both of those.
I
for
like
me.
my popcorn slightly burnt.
And
I will put-
What an
just
atrocity.
just slightly. I agree.
What is wrong with y'all?
I would put my okay.
buttery, soft popcorn.
If it's movie theater popcorn, it's got to be like perfect. And then you just put like a butt ton of salt on it and butter. But if it's like bagged popcorn, you put it in there for 3 minutes and then, cause like, you know, when popcorn's done, when it's like stops popping and there's one like every few seconds, you wait for that after like it stops popping and you wait like 10 seconds to pull it out and you open it up and it's that kind of burnt smell.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Mhm.
It's just like
But
extra
it's not.
toasty
But it's not
cheese.
like when you burn the whole bag and then it stinks.
Yeah.
It's like just enough to where it's like, I like that.
It's a little spice.
Exactly.
All right. Where was I?
A little.
Here we go.
black spice.
This one's kind of two. I didn't write down two, but I was thinking of this today. Listening to an album that brings you back to a different season of the year, and like, what I would add to that is like listening to or not listen. It's like smelling something. Like I'm a really big fan. Let me explain, because you're looking at me weird. I'm a big fan of Yankee Candle. Please hire me.
Dude, you just got a job.
Shout out to
And-
Yankee.
And I get car scents all the time. And I just remember for smell, I remember I was watching Legend of Korra for the first time ever. And it was like around like winter, and I would be upstairs in the library just watching it and eating my lunch for 3 hours. Or I'd like go home and my car would smell like the Macintosh scent Yankee Candle. And so like whenever I smell Macintosh, I'm always like, oh, it's like cold outside and it's like time to go watch Legend of Korra. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, like certain triggers of your senses
Yeah.
that bring you back to memories.
That's a better
like
description.
of old times.
And then for
I
like an
understand.
album, I remember beginning of last semester. Actually, it was kind of more around this time of last year. I watched Swiss Army Man, and the soundtrack is so good. It's like almost entirely, like everything that was written for that soundtrack was like recorded by one guy, and that's like kind of weird to say, but like the claps were recorded by the main character. The main character sings all these harmonies and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like really good music. And I listened to the album a lot because I was like considering doing percussion ensemble, and it was like that album brings me back to like fall and like just turning on like the heater in your car and like getting in your car like and taking off your coat. That's what I mean by that.
I understand.
You get it.
I do get it. I understand. Is it my turn?
Yeah.
Moss beds and pumpkin patches.
Pumpkin.
Not together.
Yeah, I've gotten.
Separate. It would be really weird if there were moss beds
like-
and pumpkin patches in the same place.
I like moss beds, especially
okay,
on rocks, on like
all
cold
right,
rocks.
no, I mean, like I do love moss in general. I really do. But also, like, have y'all ever seen those? They're literally like beds of moss. Like you can lay on it, and it's comfy.
Nuh-uh.
Yes, huh?
I'm looking that up right now.
Okay, so
I've seen it. Yeah.
I
I feel like
like-
it would gross me out though.
I-
Because
Oh,
like
I'd love
whenever
that.
whenever I backpacked in the Appalachian Mountains, I guess that's how you say it, but I found a moss bed and I like
And you just
laid
lay
on
down?
it for 2 hours. It was so nice.
I guess I could add on something similar for mine. It's like grass that is just like really well treated, and it's like really green and cold on your feet. Oh, that's the best. Anyway, Brandon, it's time for you to look up a new one.
clothes fresh out of the dryer.
Yeah, I guess that's a good one. Especially when they like smell good.
Oh
Mhm.
my gosh, and you
Yeah.
put them on like right after a shower.
Or-
Oh my
okay.
Or like
gosh.
you just set them on your bed and you like lay on them for a second.
Mm.
Or like I'm really notorious about like drying washing and drying my clothes and then just putting them in the basket and just leaving them in the basket and living out of that.
I
And
did
then
that.
like
I put
Me
them in my chair.
and like and then you just like reach in and it's like still warm, but like you dried them like 2 days ago, because like you don't like.
Because they're all like clumped together, and
Yeah.
the
Mhm.
warmth has kept it like.
All right,
So we're starting to get close to
to the end.
the end.
And,
So
I want to get through all of mine because I'm really happy about
Yeah,
this.
so-
It's my happy
We're
list.
not gonna get through all of mine.
B and Jonathan are just gonna rattle off a couple. So just go ahead.
Okay, so when I write music, and it just happens basically when I just like have ideas for music, folded up umbrellas like with the Velcro all the way around, apple pie, and listening to people give good advice to each other. That's where
I
I'm
love
gonna.
that one.
That's where I'm gonna hold up for now. Still
Wait,
got-
I want to add one just real quick because I love doing this. People watching.
Mm.
Yeah, people watching is good. All right, B, rattle off some of yours.
Okay. Men's choir. So like,
Mm-hmm.
this might not, like, I mean, honestly, like, I just love male singing voices. Like,
Okay.
No,
I
I
don't know what it
understand.
is, but like, men's choir, like, dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun-dun-dun, from Skyrim, like, for real, like, no joke. I
Yeah, the
love
Skyrim
it.
theme song is so
Skyrim
good.
is my also.
Oh.
I'm adding Skyrim to my happy list.
Because Skyrim is
Okay.
just great.
It's my favorite. It's my favorite game ever. Okay. Writing.
Writing. That's kind of similar to my first one.
Yes. I love it. It makes me so happy. Rooms that don't have specific color scheme and it's just a ton of different colors.
I feel like that would annoy me. I
People-
don't know why. I
It
just
makes
feel like
me
it'd
think
be-
that people are being themselves and they're getting what they want and they're decorating the way that they want and they don't care about conventional, like,
That's fair
oh,
enough.
the color scheme is mint, chocolate brown, white. Like,
I'm not really about color schemes. I'm more about like organization.
really?
Same.
If it's
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
like, I don't really mind if the colors aren't organized, but if the furniture itself is organized,
Right. I understand.
That's where I would say.
All right,
for
the last one that I'm going to say is the faces people make when they're concentrating. That makes me really happy. Like whenever people are like doing their homework and they're really focused and really serious and like all of their mind is on that thing
Or they're really sad.
and they're just like, no,
Did
no,
I ruin that for you?
yes.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
But when they're concentrating specifically.
All right, so I'm gonna rattle off some of mine. Space, just like all of space.
That's on mine too. I love space so much. Just looking out in the stars
So
and being
hold on,
like,
I read something earlier. It was like conspiracy, like lists some conspiracy theories about vampires, and somebody said, "What if like space is just filled with vampires, but we just can't see them because like this I can't remember exactly what they said, but like we
Oh
wouldn't be able
my
to see them."
gosh.
Good.
I
one.
want to read about this. Where did you find this?
I can't remember, but I think it was like that the atmosphere would be like a mirror.
Yeah,
And so
it's something like that. I'm
Oh
not
my
gonna elaborate
gosh.
because I know I'm gonna be wrong. Anyways, nighttime in a video game,
Mm.
being in a place
in Skyrim.
that has especially Skyrim.
Mm-hmm.
Being in a place that has pictures of that place from like 50 to 100 years ago. So if you're in like a museum and like the museum has pictures of the museum from like 50 years ago. People who have a custom drawn avatar on Twitter, you should draw me a custom drawn avatar on Twitter.
Okay.
If you go back and listen to episode 2, Ansley has a custom drawn avatar.
Yeah, Ansley does have a custom drawn avatar and I love it.
I think she drew it herself.
Yeah, I mean, I would assume. Places that would be normal on land but are underwater.
Atlantis.
I love that.
So yeah, like
Atlantis is such a good Disney movie.
well,
So good.
like what I think of when I say like places that are normal on land, I think of like a building, just like completely submerged in water and like filled up with water.
Whenever you say that, I think of like an office building.
Yeah, like me too.
Mm-hmm.
And like, but you can like swim around through it
That's
Mhm.
so cool.
and like swim like down the elevator shaft.
That would be actually really cool.
That's so cool.
I
Yeah.
love looking at like sunken ships and watching divers
Oh, yeah.
swim
Yeah.
through sunken
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
ships. Also, Atlantis and Treasure Planet.
Great movies.
Oh,
Great
yeah.
movies.
We talked about
Watch
those.
them both.
did.
I
Episode
love
2, go back and watch it.
love them. Okay.
Call back.
Mm-mm. I guess it's my turn if you're done.
All right.
Yeah.
Do you have any more left?
I have a few more left. We can go over just a little bit.
I say let B do one, then you do one more, and then B, and then we'll call it
Okay.
a day.
I have so many more.
All right, just read the rest of yours,
Sorry,
and I'll
B.
read the
Oh
rest
my
of mine,
gosh.
and we'll close.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
sure. Just go ahead. Just go rattle them all
off. Holding babies.
It's a good one.
Babies / toddlers / little kids holding hands. That's really cute.
Huck.
For real.
Yeah.
The sound of waves hitting the shore.
Okay. I like
Sea
that one.
creatures like crabs and octopi and squid
It's octopuses.
and oh my
Anyways,
gosh.
continue.
The ocean, exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point. Old couples seriously in love. It's so cute. Also, old couples or old people dancing. Jonathan's music.
Aw. Listen to my music. I have a website. JonathanBStallings.wix.com.
He wrote like song for my book, and I'm so excited about
I made
it.
her cry.
He did
my
make me
gosh.
cry.
I did. I was like, oh no, did I like?
No,
Anyways.
like for real. Okay, I'm sorry. Dogs and babies cuddling. Babies laughing maniacally.
That's funny.
The mandolin, the lute, and the fiddle.
I'm playing mandolin for worship this week.
I'm really. Oh my God, are you serious?
Yes.
I'm so
All right,
excited.
continue.
Okay.
We'll talk after.
All right. The smell of sourdough bread.
I love sourdough.
I work at Panera.
Garlic, like sourdough with garlic chunks in it.
Oh my
Oh.
gosh, so good. Ugh.
There was a point in time where I wouldn't eat a sandwich if I didn't have that bread.
Oh man. Oh my god.
It's so good.
All right, I have to continue.
Go.
Okay. The sound of cards shuffling.
That's a good one.
The cold side of the pillow.
Yes.
Animals playing together. Dogs with really long tongues that hang out of their mouths. Like they're so long they physically cannot hold them in their mouths. Cartoons with something to say about the world. Gravity
Avatar.
Falls.
Oh.
Avatar The Last Airbender. Oh man. Oh, so good. Oh, I love cartoons. Okay. Trees with really knotted branches and or roots.
That's a good one.
I love trees. Also, when trees make tunnels of branches.
That one's really cool.
Yes.
I like that.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so really quick side note. So whenever I was backpacking one time and went on top of a mountain, and there was this my favorite tree is a mountain laurel tree because there were this tunnel of beautiful mountain laurel trees and it was so good. Comfortable silence. Weddings in the rain. I think those are
Interesting.
really cute because it's like you're getting married and you're
In the
so
rain.
happy and it's in the rain and it's like a time to sell. It's like
Continue.
so magical to me. Honeybees flying in and out of a hive. Strangely located toadstools. Trees in the sides of cliffs. Very large, very green fields. Space! Exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point.
Nice.
Listening to people sing to themselves. Waterfalls inside of caves. Other people's happy lists. Listening to people talk to other people about things they're really passionate about. And
Such as this podcast.
Right. And my last one is holidays.
Oh, good. Okay. I don't have that many more, as much as she does,
I have
but
so
I'll
many.
go ahead and read them off. So I already said clouds that are so high up they look like a texture in the sky. Large open spaces that are enclosed, like a warehouse with nothing in it.
Oh, that's so cool.
Experiencing a game or a TV show you know will be very good for the first time, like Spider-Man PS4.
Such a good game.
Continuous,
Skyrim.
Yeah, Skyrim. Continuous albums that like start and then they just like don't.
Do I have an album to show you?
They don't transition.
I gotta show you an album. It's Beyond Control by King's Kaleidoscope if you guys want to listen to it at home.
And then the last two I actually added on this podcast, which are the tops of buildings that are over clouds and snapping dark chocolate. Our happy list, ladies and gentlemen. Here's where you add applause noises. Thank you, everyone. It's really been an honor.
Also, go and create your own happy list because they genuinely make you happy.
And it's really fun, actually.
It really is. Collaborate with somebody.
I guess I'm gonna have to start making one now.
Yes, you should do
Do
it with
it.
us.
Do it.
We'll see. We'll see
Okay.
how it goes.
What do you mean we'll see? You're going to do it.
You're
Anyways.
gonna do it.
All right. I guess
Do
I'm doing it
it.
now.
Do it.
All right. Well, thank you guys for joining us on this podcast. We'll see you in the next revolution.